Have you ever wondered how to apply for the Express Entry program in Canada? Well, you're in the right place to get all the information you need. The Express Entry program is an innovative system used by the Canadian government to manage applications for permanent residence from skilled workers. Now, you might be asking, why skilled workers? That's because Canada is always on the lookout for individuals who can contribute to the country's growing economy. Imagine yourself living and working in one of the most beautiful and diverse countries in the world, contributing your skills and expertise to a place that values and appreciates them. Sounds amazing, right? Well, this dream could be a reality through the Express Entry program. This system is designed to be swift, efficient, and transparent, making the immigration process smoother for both the applicant and the government. Let's embark on this journey to understand the process of applying for the Express Entry program. Now, you might be asking, am I eligible for the Express Entry program? Well, let's delve into the factors that determine eligibility. First off, age plays a role. The Express Entry program is designed for individuals who are of working age. While there's no official age limit, the system does favor those between the ages of 20 and 35. But don't worry if you're older, age is just one factor. Next, we look at education. Canada values highly educated immigrants. The higher your level of education, the better your chances. This can range from high school diplomas to PhDs. And for those who studied outside of Canada, you'll need an Educational Credential Assessment, or ECA, to prove that your education is equivalent to Canadian standards. Then there's work experience. You need to have at least 1 year of continuous work experience in the last 10 years. This must be in the same job, and it can be either part-time or full-time. The more work experience you have, especially in Canada, the better your chances. Language ability is also crucial. You need to be proficient in either English or French, Canada's 2 official languages. You'll need to take a language test such as the IELTS for English or TEF for French, and score well in all 4 language abilities: reading, writing, listening, and speaking. All of these factors contribute to your Comprehensive Ranking System, or CRS score. This score determines your rank within the Express Entry pool. The higher your score, the better your chances of being invited to apply for permanent residence. So, it's essential to maximize your points in every possible way. In conclusion, eligibility for the Express Entry program is determined by a combination of factors. It's not just about one aspect, but a holistic view of your age, education, work experience, and language ability. So assess yourself honestly and thoroughly. Once you've determined your eligibility, the next step is to prepare your documents. But we'll delve into that in the next scene. Stay tuned. Scene script. Gather your papers as we dive into the documents you need for the Express Entry program. First up, your passport or travel document. This is a vital piece of identification, and you'll need it to prove who you are and where you're from. Make sure it's current and valid, as expired documents won't be accepted. Next, you'll need to provide an Educational Credential Assessment report. This document compares your education to the Canadian standard. It's a way for Canadian authorities to understand how your credentials match up to their own. Whether you studied in Mumbai or Moscow, your education is a valuable asset, so let's make it count. Then, we have the language test results. Canada is a bilingual country with 2 official languages, English and French. You'll need to take a test to prove your proficiency in either language. This could be the International English Language Testing System or the Test d'Évaluation de Français, among others. Remember, language skills are a key part of integrating into Canadian society, so this is a crucial step. The last major document is your proof of funds. Canada wants to know that you can support yourself and any family members who come with you, at least until you get settled. So, you'll need to show that you have enough money to meet the minimum requirements. This could be in the form of bank statements or letters from financial institutions showing your savings and investments. In addition to these, you may also need other documents like police certificates or medical exams, depending on your situation. And remember, all these documents need to be translated into English or French if they're not already. So, to recap, for the Express Entry program, you'll need your passport, your educational credential assessment report, your language test results, and your proof of funds. Depending on your circumstances, you may need additional documents, so always check the official guidelines. With all your documents ready, you can now create your Express Entry profile. It's time to get digital and create your Express Entry profile. That's right, the key to unlocking your potential future in Canada lies in the creation of this online profile. First, head to the official Government of Canada website to start the process. Remember, it's crucial to provide accurate and honest information throughout. Just like building a house, the foundation has to be solid and strong. Inaccuracy or dishonesty here might lead to your application being dismissed. Or worse, you could be banned from applying for 5 years. To start off, you'll need to share some personal information. This includes your name, contact details, and your date of birth. You'll also need to detail your language skills in English or French. Don't worry, you don't have to be a linguistic genius, but a good grasp of one of Canada's official languages will certainly help your chances. Next, you'll provide details about your education. Whether you're a high school graduate or you've earned your PhD, every bit of your educational background counts. If you've studied outside of Canada, you might need to get your credentials assessed. This is to ensure that your education is recognized as equivalent to Canadian standards. Your work experience plays a significant role as well. You'll need to provide details about your job history for the last 10 years. This includes job titles, responsibilities, and duration of employment. The more experience you have, especially in in-demand fields, the better your chances. Once you've filled in all these details, you'll submit your profile into the Express Entry pool. This isn't a guarantee of permanent residency, but it's a significant step in the right direction. Your profile will be ranked against others using a points-based system known as the Comprehensive Ranking System. This profile remains valid for 1 year in the Express Entry pool. If you don't receive an invitation to apply or ITA during this period, don't lose heart. You can always update your profile and improve your score. Once your profile is in the pool, you might receive an invitation to apply, ITA, for permanent residence. And that, my friends, could be the first step towards your Canadian dream. Scene script. Congratulations, you've received an invitation to apply. What's next? After you've been selected from the Express Entry pool, you will receive an invitation to apply, also known as an ITA. This is a golden ticket, a sign that you're one step closer to becoming a permanent resident of Canada. But what do you do now? The first thing to remember is that time is of the essence. From the moment you receive your ITA, you have 60 days to submit your final application for permanent residence. This might seem like a lot of time, but when you're dealing with paperwork, it can fly by. So it's crucial to get started as soon as possible. Now, let's talk about the application itself. It's essentially a more detailed version of the Express Entry profile you've already created. You'll need to provide additional information about your work experience, education, and background. Be prepared to provide proof for everything you claim. This might include work contracts, pay stubs, diplomas, and more. Accuracy and honesty are key here, as any discrepancies could lead to your application being denied. After you've submitted your application, the waiting game begins. The processing time can vary, but typically you should expect to hear back within 6 months. During this time, it's important to keep your contact information up to date, so any communication from Immigration, Refugees, and Citizenship Canada can reach you promptly. There are 3 possible outcomes. Your application could be approved, rejected, or you might be asked for additional information. If it's the latter, don't panic. It simply means there's something they want to clarify. Respond promptly and provide the requested information. In the event of a rejection, don't lose heart. You can always try again. And remember, each application is a learning experience, helping you better understand the process and what's expected. And there you have it. You've made it through the process of applying for the Express Entry program in Canada. Let's quickly recap our journey through the Express Entry program application process. We began by understanding what the program is all about, a system designed for skilled immigrants desiring to become permanent residents in Canada. Next, we delved into the eligibility criteria, work experience, language ability, education, and other factors that play a significant role. We then moved on to the documents required for the application, proof of funds, test results, educational credentials, and more. Following this, we discussed how to create an Express Entry profile, an essential step that gets your foot in the door. Finally, we looked at receiving an invitation to apply, or ITA, and the final application process. This process may seem daunting, but remember, each step brings you closer to your dream of becoming a permanent resident in Canada. Remember, the journey to permanent residence in Canada through the Express Entry program requires patience and meticulousness. Good luck with your application.